as Genesis does. I'm awesomely awkward and ridiculously random. My weirdness cannot be shoved in boxes. I'm more than a shot girl with her hands in her pockets. Darn it, I own unicorns. Born in the village. Maybe that's why I'm so goofy. But I know my past wounds have given my life so much more beauty, which is probably why my poetry has so much more potency. My imagination can burst through stars while eating marshmallows. Yes, I just personified my imagination. Hello. Honey, I have a glow. You can't see it's not for show. Just my imagination humming. I'm more than some average Joe. I'm queen of the kings. I used to be a part of the voiceless tribe, but in God tried me with purpose. I no longer feel worthless. No longer a believer of my own pessimism. Damn it, I'm driven. Far from coy when stating my boundaries, I can be open like a diary, guarded like swimming shields, but I always yield to growth. Got a mind that mumbles meticulously, a heart that loves ferociously, fragile like white lilies, but I'm firm, stern when I need to be. Rarely butter up my words or look for honey. Honey, I'm awesomely awkward and ridiculously random. My weirdness cannot be shoved in boxes. I'm more than a shy girl with her hands in her pockets. Darn it, I own unicorns. I've always meant to be a poet, a master of metaphors, stretching out my experiences one line at a time. Wear a black beret made out of young adult angst, love, and lack thereof. I've always meant to be a poet. Peeling off the false layers of false identities society has thrown at them. Show them how brightly we shine way before the A came in. Way before that, not all monsters are big and scary, but sometimes the beasts are loved ones and bright-eyed smiles, snake-like tongues. I've always wanted to be a poet, a deity of exhortation and no parallels. The one who uses like or as with comparisons, but I'm just so mushy and deep to say simile. Yeah, that kind of poet. I've always wanted to be a poet. Pet my unicorns without shame and get fellow head nods from leprechauns in their pockets. Place literary concoctions into the hands of those who know what it's like to have loved ones tear their hearts to pieces and then ask, who hurt you? And then give them the courage to poetically face their own, dear God, I've got to be a poet. A master of metaphors, keeper of personifications, with neon syllables on my tongue, stretching out my experiences one line at a time. Listen, Lady Phoenix. Don't smile because you are uncomfortable. Don't laugh to prove you're unbothered. You are valuable enough to be bothered. You can look at a nasty utterance at the lips and call it inappropriate. You are worthy. Just as worthy as a person spewing tastelessness, you are worthy. When your dreams are equal to a man's, but you're told to take your place and be humble. When you're rebuked to sit back and let him achieve dreams so big constellations gossip about it. Remember, your vagina wasn't involved in the matter of your purpose. Your soul shook you to your core while you were still sleeping. Painted pictures in your daydreams of being a lawyer, a badass with a smile. Remember, your vagina wasn't involved in the matter. Listen, Lady Phoenix. Show the snakes their tongues without touching them. Snatch your dreams without feeling the need to justify. Your crown is reason enough to snatch the stars from the sky just so the next generation can see hope during the darkest moments. And during the moments when you're one of the 6 brown people at your job, and your cubicle happens to be surrounded by co-workers who crack tasteless jokes and justify themselves by saying, well, everybody's racist. And you want to explode from the ignorance, chew through their privileged tongue and cheek their half-assed empathy for different kinds of beautiful and spit them out. And you're torn between calling them out professionally and appropriately, only to be seen as the angry black woman, or say nothing and allow them to believe their poisonous preference of humor is okay, no matter what you do. Don't smile because you are uncomfortable. Don't laugh to prove you are unbothered. You're valuable enough to be bothered. Just as valuable as a person spewing tastelessness, you're worthy. But waking up with the desire to bury the sun because the sunlight is just too damn hard to face. Struggling to once again shove yourself into the boxes your family, education, and career have designed for you. You shudder at the thought of placing your cold feet on the hardwood floors of your bedroom. Listen, Lady Phoenix, you were meant to be you. Just you. Your crown is reason enough to snatch the stars from the sky just so the next generation can see hope during the darkest moments. I was in a pinstripe suit walking up Fifth Avenue during the midday. All eyes were on me, and I could see my soft sachet and mellow flow had the fellows when we do a no-show at their jobs. I felt like a bird soaring high in the sky, until an actual bird soaring high in the sky pooped on my head. I saw my crush across the street and he said, "Oh snap, Jackie got pooped on." At that very moment, I decided I would live in a cave and change my name to Dave Lancaster. Yes, Dave Lancaster. And just so you guys know, I still have that pinstripe suit. It's a pinstripe vest that comes with like a little blazer thingy. It's really cute. And it fits me nicely, but every time, I went to things I got it clean, but every time I put it on, I just shimmy and I have to just like I can't do it. Like, I was always the girl yearning to dance to the drum that played when the sun began to peek its head, would weight herself down by what she was taught and refused to be uplifted by what was in her heart. No more. I shimmy at the sunrise, wiggle with the flowers whenever rainstorms drench petals, bounce my footsteps with the hissing of the trees, with the auburn autumn leaves. It's the little things, I guess. Snap my fingers to the cracking of acorns from heavy and sexy heels, slow dance when viewing the color palette of dusk and hum with the rising of the moon. I don't withhold self-love from myself. I was once the girl yearning to be herself. Envy the creatures who radiated the sidewalks, clicking their shoes, squeaking their sneakers on pavements without apologies, walked lightly, ashamed of my own footsteps. Watched phoenixes soar through the winter breeze, burn brightly during the autumn season, and rest on cherry blossom trees. No more. I love my scarred wings in the morning and polish my beak at noon. I let the moonlight settle my soul to hush the nighttime thoughts. Force the morning hush to reawaken my cognitive dissonance. It always puts me to sleep at night. Get my shoulders ready for the sun, because hot damn, I love to shimmy with life. I was ashamed of my own shadow. Too embarrassed to sneak glances when sunlight bleared sidewalks. Barely watched my silhouette through the peripheral. I was damaged. Couldn't manage to address my truth. Guarded off by scriptures and proud self-shaming. Kissed everyone else's dreams when I couldn't even hold the hands of my own. Couldn't even whisper them into pillows. Because I thought phoenixes were unworthy to love themselves, too attainted to adore their feathers, too distinct for self-acceptance, and definitely too worthless to own their own sentences. Then one day, a lightning bolt struck my essence, welcomed me to gaze upon my black silhouette on pavement. I snatched the invitation and it silenced the rainstorms, no longer rocked to and fro, solidified my being, eradicated the worthlessness, lit up the flaws, gifts, talents, and experiences. And I cried out half-hearted self-love like New Jersey flash floods. I began to love me as if I never knew of shame. Smiled at flaws like first sights on sunrises. And I was at peace with my everything. Used to whisper my questions of oppression because I thought that my transgression was too great to even hold a syllable. Born to be unworthy due to the actions of the Eden couple, joy was snatched from underneath my heels. Dangled 2 inches away from me, clutching my Bible for insight, ignoring my heart for it was biblically deceitful. Shamed my God-given desires, muzzled my authentic persona for overly anxious rumination, and I'm not even talking about self-denial. Then one day, At my doctor's office, struggling to breathe, sucking in albuterol, heaving out grandma smoking wheezes. I felt it. Authentic presence that was too big to box, and I shared that moment with an Islamic woman. Then another with a Buddhist, and another with an agnostic. I let go of my childhood religious rhetoric, threw out the hectic need to feed my mind with upgraded legalism. I found joy. The overcast of forced love clear. And here, in this moment, catching stillness with my ears, listening to my intuition like it was my best friend. Love without feeling the need to, because Jesus says so. I love because I want to. Give because it's in my heart to. Be me without the need to be boxed in or indoctrinated in. My smiles are real now. My wings stretch out without fear of being misunderstood. My beak unmuzzled. No book controls me. No past hurts derail me. I smile inwardly. Show up externally. At peace during the rainstorms. No joy when I'm burning brightly. Because I know